Yesterday we had a plane of 160, we're carrying 160 Palestinians.
Hello there guys, and welcome to the daily updates. Yesterday there were reports of 160 Palestinians who arrived from Gaza into South Africa. They came through Kenya. Well, the surprising factor about this is that many of the South Africans, almost all of us, including the president, did not know about the arrangements of Palestinians from Gaza into South Africa seeking asylum. Well, we all know that at the moment the Palestinians are struggling in their own country. Well, they don't even have a country at the moment because it has been bombed. They've been suffering in the hands of Israel. If you see them leaving their home, it might be because they no longer have anything to look at. They don't have shelter, they don't have food, they have nothing. So the surprising factor about the whole matter is that they came in South Africa. 160 of them seeking asylum. But what is more intriguing is that the president himself, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, did not know about the whole arrangements between the people of Gaza, the Palestinians, and Israel, and also the trip into South Africa. He did not know about it. Let me not go further into details. I want you to listen to the president speaking about the 160 Palestinians. Have a listen.
Yesterday we had a plane of 160, we're carrying 160 Palestinians landing at OR Tambo. And these are people from Gaza who somehow mysteriously were put on a plane that passed by Nairobi and came here. And I got to hear about it from my Minister of Home Affairs, wanting to know what do we do now. And I said, we cannot turn them back. Even though they do not have the necessary documents and papers, these are people from a strife-torn, a war-torn country. And out of compassion, out of empathy, we must receive them and be able to deal with the situation that they are facing. And it does seem like they were being, flushed out. We will get the details later, but from a humanitarian point of view, we could not return them from whence they have come, and we had to accept them, and they are now here, and we are going to be processing everything about them and then deciding precisely what needs to be done.
According to the reports, Israel is a country that facilitated the evacuation of Palestinians from Gaza into third world countries. Countries like your Kenya, your South Africa, the African countries to be precise. They facilitated this move. And one thing that they did when they facilitated the whole move is that they did not stamp their documents. When you get out of any country into another country, the policy says that your documents have to be stamped. Even when you arrive in that country, your destination, your documents have to be stamped. So Israel did not stamp those documents, meaning that these guys are not legal. They're just flying around hoping that they get accepted in any country that they go to. They're basically saying that we facilitated the evacuation of these people into the third world countries because these countries are in solidarity with Palestine. That is why we are sending these people. And the president says that the Palestinians were mysteriously flown from wherever they come from, which is Gaza, into South Africa via Kenya. So he heard from his minister, who, when he asked, what do we do? He said, we cannot leave these people because they're stranded. Well, I get that. But there are other things to look at which makes this matter more complex than we think. Firstly, we have a G20. I don't know if we can call it a G20 because Trump is not coming, the US is not coming, and also Argentina pulled out. More like G18. Also, another problem, our number one trading partner is sending a minister instead of the president, Jinping. So basically, it's more like they are not taking this whole G20 serious, the G18 serious. While you are in the middle of having headache about the fact that it is no longer G20, it's G18, you have a security breach on this other side. Israel decided that I'm going to send these people in South Africa, and they're the ones who will decide what they do with them. Because, well, they've been saying that we are in solidarity. These are the same people who opened a case against us in the ICC. So what we must do is just to give them their people, and they will decide what they do with them. This is a very complex situation, and I feel like most of these countries want South Africa to fail in terms of the G20. Is the leadership of the president proper? Was he supposed to say, don't come in the country, go back? Was he supposed to do as he did by allowing them to come here? A lot of people have their opinions. I am not going to say my opinion, but one thing I'm going to say is that Israel is undermining South Africa. This is why I'm saying that Israel is undermining South Africa. I just want you to look at a tweet from BBC News. It says that Ramaphosa says boycott politics doesn't work over Trump's decision to skip G20 summit. The embassy of Israel decided to screenshot that post and say that a rare moment of wisdom and diplomatic clarity from President Ramaphosa. Boycott politics doesn't work. We totally agree. You might think, well, this is just an innocent post. Well, I think this is very strategic. The mere fact that they are saying a rare moment of wisdom, it seems like they are saying this is something you never expect from a person like Ramaphosa. It's rare. It goes to show us that they don't really respect him. They don't really take him serious. That is why you are going to see a situation where they're just going to fly the Palestinians from Gaza into the country without any stamp. Here are your people that you've been advocating for. Just see what you can do with them. For us, we don't care. Whether you have a G20 or not, that is not our problem. South Africa, we are already dealing with the worst of the West. The crime and corruption in the country by politicians, judiciary, and the South African Police Service. Now, we're dealing with that, the Mkhwanazi matter, and here on the other side, we have to deal with leadership. Do we really have proper leadership, or are we just on autopilot? The same way they brought those Palestinians, we are on autopilot.
They see South Africa for nothing.
Well, yes, there could well be a view that we should not engage with the United States, but the United States is an important market. And in fact, we want to engage more with their businesses. It's less about other things, but with their businesses, because governments facilitate the engagement at trade level, at economic level. So we want to continue trading with the businesses of the United States, with the people of the United States, because we export products to that country that in the end don't end up in the White House. They end up in the hands of consumers in the United States. So that is our great interest. The other issues are political, and as normal, we will continue dealing with the political issues. And sometimes you have to talk to people who may not be very friendly to you to advance the interests of your own people. So we will be doing so, and sometimes you've got to do what people may think is unpalatable. But I'm prepared to do it to advance the interests of South Africans.
Thank you, President.